Go ahead, Jacqui.
Thanks, Jen. These 500 million tests are not getting to people in time for the holidays. And I know that you said you wish you'd rephrased your December 6th answer, but it seemed to discount at the time, which was only 2 weeks ago, the idea of sending tests to Americans at home. So what made you guys shift gears? When did that happen? And is any sort of lack of urgency in doing that sooner costing us now?
I think it's important, Jacqui, and I appreciate you asking the question, for people at home to understand that this has all been a building process. And that includes the approval of tests. There are now 8 available as of November. That's important because we needed enough tests to be able to tap into to get the supply. It includes quadrupling, not including the president's speech today, our testing capacity over the course of the last couple of months. It includes the 50 million tests that we made available to rural community health centers and community health centers, all components that I talked about exactly on that day in the briefing. If anything, it was a lesson to me to always include the context and make sure you use every opportunity of questions you all asked to do exactly that. But today, what the president is announcing, and this is again to Jeff's question and to yours as well, to be clear, we're not sending a test to every single home in the country. We are providing an opportunity, another opportunity or ability for people to, an important one, go on a website and request a test if their preference is to get that test to their home. Not everybody will do that, but we want people who want to do that, who want to get tested, who want to request tests that way, to have that ability to do.
And then obviously this, new push for testing is a big component of the strategy to combat this winter. But is there any concern that there hasn't been enough focus also on therapeutics, given that you have vaccines in other parts of the world that don't offer any protection against Omicron? We're lucky in the U.S. that Pfizer and Moderna do, but this is a virus that's spreading in all parts of the world. We saw it pop up here, and then just in 3 weeks, it's the dominant strain.
You're absolutely right, Jacqui. The virus does not see borders, and obviously fighting the virus, getting the virus under control is going to require getting it under control globally. Part of what our objective is, an effort from the U.S. government, is to continue to be the global supplier of vaccine doses, and also a range of materials needed to produce vaccines, to treat people who are sick. That's certainly is a part of our objective.
Would there be a greater push to produce therapeutics? It's something like the pill that's supposed to come out and get that out with as much urgency as we're having for the vaccine.
We will, of course, be focused on that, but I think it's important for people to know the best way to protect yourself is to get vaccinated and get boosted, and that is the most effective step that any person living in the United States or around the world can take, and that is what our priority is on.
Real quick, one last question. You had said back in, I think it was June, that we would hear pet news on a day when it was a tough news day. And
it was a late joke.
But yesterday we heard about Major being rehomed, a new puppy, and a White House cat. So is this like the worst week ever for the White House?
Believe it or not, Jacqui, I don't have time in my schedule to coordinate with the pet folks, but the pet was a present from the president's brother. I met the pet this morning, the pet commander. We can call him by his name. And he's very adorable. He's going to bring joy to the president, the first family, to all of us probably as well. And as I think was noted by the First Lady's team, we can expect to meet the cat, a she, as I've learned, in January.